Do you let your clients walk all over you? Are you answering emails on a Sunday night? Are you secretly starting to resent your business? Don't worry, we can fix this. It's just time to set better boundaries. Hi, I'm Sandra, and on my channel I help business owners save time and make more money in their business. Before we get into setting boundaries, take a second to think about why you resist setting proper boundaries to begin with. So we've all learned that being generous and sharing free content will lead to sales down the road, but we can go way overboard on this. And secondly, it's this thing where as women, we've all been taught that we need to be nice and that being kind is a good thing. However, not having proper boundaries in place comes with a cost, because if you email that one person asking you like, hey, can you just tell me how you build your entire business? That's going to come at the cost of maybe you writing a blog post or you creating a training that could help everyone in your community. So there's opportunity cost to taking care of one person as opposed to taking care of all of your crowd. And you know what? You answering that email on a Sunday night, you're not actually helping your client. You're hurting them in the long run. Because if you're always on and always working without boundaries, what's going to happen is that come Monday morning, you're not going to be rested, so you're not going to be able to show up 100% for them. Boundaries are not a burden. They set you free so you can create better content, create better experiences for your client. So having boundaries and communicating them is a good thing. So now that you're convinced that you need to set boundaries, I think it's important to think about boundaries in three categories. So you need to set boundaries around your time, you need to set boundaries about your money, and you need to set boundaries around other people. So let's start with boundaries around your time. I think the most important thing here is to decide when you work and when you don't work. So I think it's normal, or at least it's not normal, but it's smart to have office hours as a business owner. This means that I have rules about when I work and when I don't work. And instead of, saying I'm very busy, so this Saturday I can work, I actually have rules about the exceptions too. So I know, hey, my standard working hours are these, but in case there's a client with a big issue, or in case I took a day off during the week, then it's okay to work on a Sunday, for example. And if this is not for new clients, but for your existing clients that need to learn your new boundaries, just shoot them a very nice personalized email saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know that we've decided on our new policies moving forward. So starting on this date, these are our working hours, these are our response times, and this is what's going to happen if you miss a deadline or a call from now on. So next up are boundaries around money. And I think money is one of the things that we all feel weird to talk about, whereas it's such an important part of doing business. So to begin with, let's talk about scope creep. We've all been there. It starts with a project and a quote, and then 2 weeks in, suddenly they want the moon to go with whatever you already promised them. So I think it's very good if you train yourself to start replying to those kinds of emails saying, hey, absolutely, we can help you with that. Here's what it's going to cost you. So make it normal, like train people to expect that if they want you to do more than that's in your quote, that you will actually charge them more. And then secondly, when it comes to money boundaries, I want to talk about investing and buying. Because we know about shiny object syndrome. We know courses and other people can help us. But making an actual plan for how we're going to spend money and how much money we can spend on things, it's going to help us make so many decisions moving forward. And at the end of the day, the money you're spending on your business is money that's not going into your own salary. So having boundaries and rules about that makes total sense. And personally, I use the profit first system and I think it's fabulous. I wish I could spend more on my business, but the system keeps me in check. So definitely look into that if setting boundaries around how you spend money in your business is one of your issues. So now it's time to set boundaries around other people. And it's like once people find out that you set your own hours, everyone wants to go for a random Thursday lunch, or someone suddenly just asks you like, hey, can you walk my dog on Monday because that's just easier. And remember those office hours we talked about at the beginning? It's time to enforce them now. So a really nice response is something like, hey, you know what? I can't make it because I'll be busy working on X, but here's an alternative time I can make. And only offer the alternative time if you actually want to spend time on it. It's okay to say no. So for myself, I have some boundaries and I have a list of exceptions. So if something's wrong with someone in my family or my closest friends, absolutely, I'm going to make time and I'm going to show up, because that's also what a business is. But if it's someone I've just met and they ask to go for a coffee so they can pick my brain for 4 hours, I reply to them, yeah, sure, you can pick my brain for half a day. Here's what it's going to cost. On a positive note, also set lower limits for yourself. So what this means is that, hey, it's important that I see my friends every X amount of time. Hey, I want to make sure I see family every X amount of time. Hey, you know what? If something happened, or I've been sick, or something big's going on, or I took a day off, it's okay to work one day of the weekend or one half day in the weekends. So set boundaries in place, but leave yourself some wiggle room to move around. And the most important thing is to just start doing it and practice. Because it takes practice to say no. It takes practice to tell people, you know what, you can't pick my brain for free. I'm sorry, I don't have time to go into your question, but I'll keep it on the schedule for an upcoming blog post or a new video. So decide on your boundaries and start enforcing them. And honestly, this might sound like such a Debbie Downer story, but creating these boundaries and these rules around my life, it hasn't burdened me. It has set me free to create to the best of my ability. So if you like this video, make sure to watch the one that's on your screen right now and subscribe for a new video every week. Thank you so much for watching.